Good morning, I'm live in Costa Mesa, California, and this is your Namaste today. Good morning, my friend, and Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac weather. My name is Christopher Witecki. I am the sensei to Sirius joy. I'm here to stand in my heart and walk in the light each day. It is a pleasure to join you in your light walk. I am love casting live in 5 dimensions on this beautiful temple of Gaia on Thursday, April 23rd, 2015. And today, doors will open because step 3 rules the day. Step 3 is I believe. And we're in the sun in Taurus, so this is the consciousness that grows things on Earth. That's the Taurus state of awareness. We have 12 states of awareness, 12 ways of knowing we're alive. And Taurus is the one where we build things. So we build pyramids, we grow crops, we raise children, we measure how much it grows. This is the Taurus consciousness, measuring how much of something we have, how much of something we don't have, and kind of visualizing something we want to manifest, draw in to reality. And Tauruses are natural born at this step. It's called step 10. But today, we're at step 3, which means what are your beliefs when it comes to your potential in reality? Do you believe you have the potential to manifest what your heart's desire? Do you believe you can get out of that small town? Do you believe you can get out of that small marriage? Right? Do you believe? This is the first, well, not the first step, the third step to Sirius joy. And today we're going to look at our core beliefs, and I'm going to give you some pointers on how to drill down on a belief and how to tell if a belief is actually from the heart or not. But before we go into philosophizing about beliefs, let's first tame our brain, shall we? With the phrase of today. I feel my heart, and only it decides what is true. I feel my heart, so try to feel your heart, and only it decides what is true. So basically, we're taming our brain, which is 2 states of awareness kind of working in tandem. It's actually 1 state divided, Gemini, if you don't know. And what you want to do when you're managing your mind is you always want to give yourself something to think about and something else to think about, right? And that's what my basic phrase of the day is based on. It's based on giving each hemisphere something to think about so that you can stay focused through the day. Today, I'm saying to the smart ass, I feel my heart. That means keep your mind on your heart and how your heart is feeling. It may not be happy, by the way, but you still want to keep your mind on it. And then only it decides what is true. So it's like, really, Chris, you want to go off to Nebraska? It's like, do we want to go to Nebraska? You know, your heart is the one that knows. And I'm coaching you this because you are to listen to it for core belief. That's how we come to belief, is from the heart. I'll talk about that in a second. So one more time, just to get the smart ass in line, right? I feel my heart today, and only it decides what's true. And so it is, because I said so. Now the serious step of the day is step 3. That is, I believe, that is Jupiter, that is Sagittarius, all right? It is the expansion of consciousness. And consciousness is constantly and never-ending expanding. In fact, not only is it expanding, it's accelerating as it expands with the universe. So 3 is really the multiple of how something can grow. In fact, it's 3.14, I think, if you want to be frank or want to be scientific, right? So step 3 is where we start to multiply. Step 3, our beliefs, is the keystone step to whether or not we're going to open up to new frontiers or stay stuck where we are. Now, looking at the architecture of incarnation, step 3 comes up 3 times, of course. This is the first time, and in the first dimension, it may be the most painful, by the way, because ignorance is not bliss once you realize you were ignorant, right? It's like, oh, man. So if we were really locked into some sort of closed-minded thinking, this step can be the most painful step. We actually have step 4 tomorrow, which is breakdown breakthrough. So it might be this belief that leads to that. But this step is necessary, because from this step in the first dimension, you also architect its use in the second and the third dimension. In the second dimension, it determines whether or not you're going to break past what you're working on. And in the third dimension, at step 23, the 3 or the I believe is essential to completing the race or succeeding as you had wanted to. So it's all very important, the threes, and you have to get down to the three, get down to what you believe, and that means you got to get down to listening to your heart. So let's look at the chakras today and the colors involved. Well, looking at the chakras, there's really two colors that are most important for today. One is orange. That's what we're in this whole month, is orange. That's I manifest. That's I create. That is I, love and trust, the step 10. That's the source of Taurus. And we're working in that I manifest this entire month. But today we open up the 3. The 3 is our third eye. No coincidence, I think, to the 3 there. The indigo chakra. And that means that we're opening up our vision. So the question is, has your vision been pointing down, or has your vision been pointing up and out of where you are? That's the question of the 3, and that's the question of today's third eye. So try to keep your third eye open is what I'm saying, and try to keep yourself looking up at the opportunities that you may not know about, rather than reinforcing and looking down with that third eye on what you feel stuck in. So let's now look into the timing of today with the planets and the cosmic clock. And here we are at the cosmic clock. Well, the sun has moved to step 3 of Taurus. Step 3, I believe. Taurus, I manifest. So we're exploring what we believe about what we manifest. But our minds, which is Mercury, is way ahead at step 17. That means our mind is literally 14 steps ahead. 14 steps in the consciousness, and at step 17, our mind is committing, 1 plus 7 makes that 8, which is a commitment. Our mind is committing to some sort of future. So we're just now in the beginning stages of creating reality as our mind commits further ahead. Now Mars is 1 step behind Mercury. So this is, remember they just passed each other here in the last 24 hours. So our mind is 1 step ahead of our actions. And our actions are several steps ahead from our actual reality. It's not at 3. So this is kind of the part of the year where we start racing ahead and creating the future. You can see our mind and our ego is running ahead, right? And this is also how sometimes we become very impatient with ourselves. So it's important to remember that you're just at step 3, my friend. Only your mind and your activities are way ahead. You only have to handle step 3. Now let's look around also at the moon. The moon is in Cancer, which is making us a bit emotional and perhaps making us feel impatient, perhaps feel off track, or perhaps do a lot of searching for how we really feel. That's just the nature of Cancer. But the moon in Cancer is opposing Pluto, which is tied up in a complex yod, right? See this? So since the moon is opposing Pluto in a yod, that means today we're going to be feeling like a pendulum. Go back and forth under that yod. Basically feel like a pendulum. How we feel about this, just exactly where is the yod going to point, right? And this yod in Pluto is saying, headed by Pluto, is saying, hey, time to make your rules, play by your rules. At the 2 tips of the yod, it's what our latest thinking is with Venus and Gemini, and what our heart is wanting to expand with Jupiter and Leo. So today, I think we're going back and forth between what we're thinking with Venus and Gemini, and we're emotionally going back and forth with what our heart is desiring. And at the end of the day, we're trying to get comfortable, the moon in Cancer, with changing the rules, Pluto and Capricorn, in our life. Right? Pretty complicated, but I think that's how it plays out. I'll try to simplify it for you, though, in the Zodiac weather. Now, looking at the Tower of Truth, I just want to show here the diagram and difference you can see between where we're actually living here at step 3 and what we're actually focusing on is way ahead in time. Now, a lot of people's natal birth charts have this sort of spread between their sun and their mind and their activities. It's something I point out in a reading because you can tell, hey, you know what, you need to calm down and realize they're always 20 steps ahead, so chill out. You know what I mean? Babies born today with this kind of spread are babies who are future thinkers, babies who are going to manifest in the future. And when you understand this sort of spread between the steps and your own awareness, you are a little easier on yourself, I find, as my students in Joy Camp are starting to learn. So let's kind of simplify all this back and forth pendulum swinging of our yod with today's Joy Quest. Your Joy Quest, should you choose to accept it, is third eye seeing is believing. In other words, believe what your third eye sees today, not what your eyes on earth see. This is how we ascend out of our current situation. You can focus on the details of how you're stuck and what your, earth eyes are seeing, but that is the present, which is the present. In other words, what you are bickering with is what you envisioned just days ago or months ago. So if you want out of a situation, you don't focus on what you've already created and feel stuck in. You focus on believing in that third eye vision of where you're going. And you stay focused on that destination. So that's, I think, in a lot of self-help books, a lot of coaching, it's like keep your eye on the ball, keep your eye on the destination. Yes, literally keep your third eye on the vision that you are trying to manifest, especially at the key moments of coming up and coming out of something. Stay true to your beliefs, right? Third eye seeing is believing. Now, there are 3 dimensions to a belief: protection, love, and feeling. That's what you need to put one together. And in today's Personal Sensei Network, I'll be helping to remind you of all 3. At 9:09 a.m., I'll remind you of what your heart wants, step 1. At 11:11 a.m., I'll be pointing out vulnerabilities you have with protecting yourself according to your natal chart. And at 3:03 p.m., I'll be helping you to expose where your emotional vulnerabilities are and giving you tips to how to baby yourself based on my experience as an astrologer. By the way, I'll have details on how to join the Sensei Network tomorrow if you're interested in. But let's move on to today's telepathy. I'm exploring fun Tauruses in today's telepathy, and I'm going to send you an image of one of these Tauruses. Today's theme is Taurus funny ladies. Tauruses make very funny comedians, especially the ladies. So one of these ladies is true in my heart, and I'm sending you her image right now. Am I thinking of Taurus Candice Bergen, or 2 Taurus Tina Fey, or number 3 Taurus Carol Burnett? Which funny Taurus lady am I sending to your brain right now? I'll have the answer after this. And welcome back to Namaste Today. And for the answer to today's telepathy, I am beaming from my temple to yours, one of these Taurus funny ladies. Was it number 1, Candice Bergen, aka Murphy Brown, number 2, Tina Fey, or number 3, Carol Burnett? And the answer is Carol Burnett! Why? Well, I gotta tell you, all 3 ladies are amazing. I think Tina Fey is the modern Carol Burnett in many ways. Candice Bergman shares my birthday with Billy Joel on May 9th, so I gotta love her. But Carol Burnett really gave us such wonderful comedy there when I was growing up in the late 70s. I love her so much. She's so funny, and she worked her ass off for the public. If you don't know how hard it is to make TV, and to know how long she stayed funny and kept at it, goddess bless her. So, gotta love the Carol Burnett. My kudos, and actually gratitude to her if she ever sees this video. I'm so grateful for you, ma'am. Let's move on to today's rock and roll gospel. Add a little song to our love and laughter, right? And today we are featuring, of course, Taurus musicians that definitely, of course, build and make value and make a difference. That's what Taurus tends to do, is build value in things. And today I have chosen one that is really iconic for many reasons, Willie Nelson. Now, who knew Willie Nelson was a Taurus? I did. Has to do with all of his wonderful indulgent habits like marijuana and what he does. He wants to do what he wants to do, his own bus. He's going to keep working until the day he dies. That is Willie Nelson, right? And I thought it would be super appropriate today, since we're on step 3, we're opening up to new doors, that we bring in one of his classics, On the Road Again. Because that's what we're doing, friends. We are getting on the road again today. On the road again, right? Can't wait to get on the road again. Well, that's what you got to do. And he's saying that. Can't wait to go back to work, by the way. That's kind of like his Taurus hi-ho song, right? Off to work I go, on the road again. But we're kind of going on the road. It's time to go on a trip. It's time to go out of our comfort zones. It's time to open our doors, follow our beliefs, and see where they lead us. But before you go on the road again, let's take a look at the moods of each of your brothers and sisters today and what's going on in your particular zodiac weather. Now, I've got a new term for this, my little highlight. I'm going to call it your daily soul vitamin, because I always give you a little something extra. This is your soul vitamin for the day, something I think you should take along with all the advice I give you. So today it's how you're feeling and your emotional soul vitamin. And today, the soul vitamin is the emotional road I believe you should take. So this is the emotional way to go. How to go on the road again, how to feel when you go on the road again. Starting with our step zeros, the Scorpios. Scorpio's cloudy and pensive today, but I think you want to take your feelings to the future of your career when you go on the road again. Step 1, the Leos, cloudy and spiritual today, maybe feeling a little grumpy even, but I think you want to focus on feeling the new you do not worry about feeling the old you, because you're creating a new ego with Jupiter in Leo. Step 2's the Cancers, cloudy but feeling cool today. I think it's time to go with the new confidence and not feel around the old betrayals or the old debts. So feel the new wealth, don't feel the old debts. Step 3, the Sagittariuses, cloudy and private today, but I think it's time to feel the new life mission, not dwell in the past or anything else that went wrong. Okay, so feel the new purpose, not the old. Step 4, the Aquarians, sunny and hyper aware of their reality. You know what? You're getting a little lost. Feel the team and feel the team that's backing you up. Don't feel alone and isolated. That's how I would go. Step 5, the Geminis, sunny and productive today. You want to feel the new connections and not worry about the old connections right now, Gemini. Step 6, the Librans, sunny and professional today. You want to feel your new social role, not get stuck in the old social roles or the old friendship drama. So focus on feeling the new social role and believe in that. Step 7, the Pisces, sunny and childlike with the moon in Cancer. You want to feel the new life that's breaking, the new dawn, and not feel the old life or the old issues, particularly with health. Feel the new body, don't feel the old body. Step 8, the Capricorn, sunny and sentimental today. You want to feel the new trust in yourself, which isn't proven yet, but you want to focus on feeling the new trust and not feel the old where things went wrong. Step 9, the Aries, sunny, nesting, and resting today, but you want to feel the new love and the new ideas and not focus on any of the old pains or the old heartbreaks. Step 10, the Tauruses. Happy birthday, Tauruses. You are cloudy and a bit reserved and pensive today, maybe in your head, but you want to basically feel yourself first and your own emotional needs before you feel anyone else. So it's a new order, feeling yourself first and others second. And then finally, step 11's the Virgos, sunny and social today. You want to feel your faith, do not feel your doubts, right? All right. So moving on to our Lightwalker Parade. One thing I do want to say, if you're watching on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. We thank you ahead of time. It helps us with our YouTube relationship. And on Facebook, you can be our friends by going to soulgarden.me. And you can navigate to soulmart.me if you'd like to take advantage of any of our sales, particularly right now, a reading sale. If you buy 1 hour, you'll get a free 30-minute follow-up that you can use up until August 31st, 2015. There's a video and there's easy explanation at soulmart.me. Thank you ahead of time. And I just want to say also and remind you that I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for when you share. I'm grateful for your posts. Thank you for all the interactivity. Thank you so much. Have a good day out there following your beliefs. And remember that I love you. And third eye seeing is believing. Have a blessed day and live, love, be. This is just so ironic.
So